Hello guys, welcome to Code Run YouTube channel. As you know, today's we are going to see about daily challenge and daily test solution. So today's daily challenge they given a string and they ask us to remove all the vowels. If it uppercase or lowercase, you need to remove it. Before moving to the program, now we can see what is the logic we can use to solve it. Now I am going to take first test case as input. So it's going to be environment and I am going to initialize a height pointer at the first character. Now we are going to check if height pointer points to the character that is vowel. So we are going to remove it. So after removing it, we need to shift all the characters to the right position. So we are going to shift it. So then we are going to check if the current character is vowel. So we are going to increment our height pointer. So this also not a vowel. So we are going to increment our height pointer. So this we need to remove it, and after removing it we need to right shift all the characters. So after shifting going to check if this character is a vowel. So it's not a vowel. So I going to increment our height pointer. So this vowel I need to remove it, and after removing I need to shift all the characters to the right side. So I shift it, and so on I increment the vowel and see if there is a vowel I delete it and right shift all rest of the character, and I am going to check if, and then if our height pointer reaches the end of the string, our program will get vowel. So after removing all the characters we get this as output. So this output exactly matches our first test case output. So this is the logic to this. Using this logic we can now build the code. So this is a template of the given DC code. Now we are going to implement our logic inside this remove vowel function. So first we are going to find the length of the string. So for L is equal to str of our length. So this function give our length of the string str, and then we are going to initialize our height pointer. So it's initially it's point to the 0th character, that is 0. So then we going to use while loop to increment our height pointer one by one. Our height pointer must be smaller than length of the string. So after that I use if condition to check if a current character is a vowel or not. So for that I going to use strchr function, and the first argument is going to be our string, that is all the vowel string. So the vowel going to be a, e, I, o, u, and we include capital vowel letters also. So it's also a, e, I, o, u. So after the second argument of the str function is going to be our current character of str. So it's str of I. So if str of I is a vowel, then our then strchr function going to return a pointer that is corresponding to that vowel. Else the strchr function will return null. So if it is a null, the if condition does not execute. So for that we are going to remove all the vowels, so the if condition must be true. So if current character is a vowel, we need to remove that character and shift all the character which is left side to the right side. So for that I am going to use move function. First argument of the move function is going to be the pointer which points to the current and vowel character, that is str plus I. Second argument of move function is going to be a pointer which point next to the vowel character. So that is str plus I plus 1. So yeah, and the third one is going to be how many characters we need to right shift it. So we can easily calculate that is L minus I. So after this we need to minus our length L minus. So because we delete each character, and our length of the original string is going to be decrement by 1. So I decrement L value minus. If the if condition does not satisfy, then the character is definitely be a constant. So we need to increment our height pointer. So yeah, that's it all about today's DC. You can see here I write the same code here also. So now we going to check for all the test cases if our code works fine. So for the first test case will be environment. So I enter environment here. So now I am going to run my code. So yeah, after running my code, it's give output as NVRNMNT. So it's accurately matched to our test case output. Now we analyze the time complexity and space complexity of remove vowel function. So the first we analyze the time complexity. The time complexity of our remove vowel function is going to be big O of n square. Why? Because our while loop will check all of the character in given str. And if we found a vowel, and then we going to right shift all rest of the characters which is left side of the current vowel. So for doing that, our memo function also takes n. So for worst case, our remove vowel function is going to be O of n square. Space complexity is going to be a remove vowel function is O big O of 1 only. It's all about today's daily challenge. Now we move ahead to daily test. Now we going to see daily test solution. So in today's daily test, given a aptitude question. So if you good in aptitude, you can definitely solve this question. So we going to quickly go through given question. So in given question, they give a box to you. That box is going to contain green grapes, purple grapes and the black grapes, and you need to going to split the given grapes to the each individual 3%. So for the constraints is going to be for B1 only each green grapes, and B2 never eats a black grapes, and B2 and the B3 going to eat all the grapes. So and the input format is like this. The first one is first line contains a B1 B1 value, B2 value and B3 value. So the value is going to be how many grapes they want to eat. So under the second line, total number of grapes. So that is our 4 means green grapes, 3 is 3 purple grapes and 3 is 3 black grapes. I'm going to see how to solve this. So for that I take first test case as input. So number of green grapes is given as 4, and the number of purple grapes is going to be 3, and the number of black grapes is given as also a 3. So yeah, if the B1 person wants 1 green grapes, and the B2 person wants 6 green grapes or purple grapes. The B3 is going to be independent of the grapes color. So they eat all the grapes. So in first test case, B3 want 2 grapes. Any of two grapes from given 3 grapes. We going to see how to split the given grapes to each of the 3%. So B1 is going to be eat only green grapes. So we going to minus 1 from green grapes. So for that B1 is satisfied. So and after that we go solve B2's B2 query. So B1 only accept green grapes and purple grapes. So we can add green and purple. So it gives 6 as a value. So after that 6 is exactly going to match B2 6. So we going to minus all the values. So for this B2 also get satisfied. So after that we going to see B3 query. So B3 can accept any of the 3 grapes. So we now going to see our first green grapes. So green grapes is going to be empty. So we did not able to give any grapes from the green grapes to B3. So after that we going to check if purple grapes is available. So this also not available. So after we going to see black grapes is available. So 3 black grapes is available. So we can able to give 2 black grapes to B3. So after giving 2 black grapes to B3, our black grapes is going to be 1. So after B3 getting 2 black grapes is 0. So after that we now we can solve all the person's query. So we can, for this input we can return S as a output. So now we're going to see about test case 2. P1 wants 5 green grapes. So the green grapes amount only is going to be 4. So the 4 is less than the B1's query. So we can definitely say B1 not get satisfied. We can definitely return no as a output. So yeah, this is the logic we are going to implement in our code. Next we need to get the input from the user. So after getting all the required input from the user, now we increment our logic. So for this for that I going to use if condition. So if the green grapes is greater than B, the amount of green grapes is greater than B1 value, so B1 gets satisfied. So if it is less than B1 value, we are going to return, we are going to print no as a output. Now we move to B2 query. Before we move into B2 query, we need to minus the amount of grapes B2 takes from green. So it's going to be green minus equal to B1. So after that we are going to check B2 query, and B2 query will be, if we add green and purple, it's greater than B2 value. If condition does not satisfy, we need to print no as the output. So after the B2 condition satisfy, we move to B3 query. Before we move into B3 query, we need to minus all the amount of grapes which is taken by B2. So for that I create initialize a remainder as a value. The value of remainder is going to be green plus purple minus amount of B2. So after minus, now we check B3 query. So B2 query is going to be remainder plus black grapes. So this value is going to be greater than B3, then our if condition will be satisfied. If it satisfied, we satisfy all B1 query and B2 query and B3 query going to be satisfied. Now we are going to print S as output. So going to print yes. So after printing S, we need to immediately terminate our program execution. If we leave this code as it is also going to return no as a output. So we are going to immediately terminate it after printing S. So for that I am going to return 0. Our logic is getting over here. So now we check if our code works fine for given test cases. So for first test case will be, if I press enter, it will give S as output. So now we also check for test case 2. So if I press enter, it give no as a value. So it's also matters for test case 2 value. So as you can see here also I write a same logic code. So it works fine for all the hidden test cases also. So that's all about today's daily test. So thanks for watching. Bye.